Okay, let's do a quick recap. On level 2, right, we just had the pawns and we had the rooks. Remember, the pawns can go 1 or 2 spaces the first time off, but after that, they can only go 1 space. And they attack diagonally, not forward, only diagonally do they attack. And the rooks, remember, rooks cannot go past their own men. They slide sideways, they slide forward, but you have to move these out of the way first. And then you can go ahead and attack. Okay, so you have to move them out of the way first. Okay, our next piece is called the bishop. Bishop. Okay, last time we learned the rook, now we learned the bishop. Bishop is worth 3 points. Now it goes on C and F. You can remember that by saying crazy fools. These guys are crazy. Look at that. They even have a cut in their head. They're crazy fools. Now notice there's one on white and one on green. And what happens is they move diagonally. Kind of like that cut's diagonal. That's how they move. They cannot jump over anybody, so they have to get these pawns out of the way. So let's say this pawn moves there. This pawn moves here. Now notice that this bishop can move there or here. So basically it can go forward and backwards, okay, but only diagonally. Now it cannot move like this. Okay, that's 2 moves. It must move diagonally. Once it hits here, it has to stop. It doesn't ricochet. Okay, so I could move it here or I could move it there. Watch, maybe I'll move it here. Okay, then this one, maybe now, since this is opened up, this one, it can jump out here. So maybe it goes right there. Now look what it's doing. See where it's lined up? Trying to get that king. Trying to get that king. So this would be a dumb move. You'd have to be an ID10T. Because look, then this would come down there, bam, win the game. So that would be foolish to do that. My Lord. Okay, well anyways, so you got this guy here. Probably a good move is that. Look at that. Because now this guy's, if he takes it, you take him. And that would be foolish. So he better move or else he's going to be dead. So let's say I move him here. Oh, whoa, that's not such a great move because now this one can move 1 or 2 spaces. Look at that. If he takes him, he'll take him. So he better retreat. So maybe retreat back here. Okay, you get the idea? So that's how they move. They move diagonally on their color. They only stay on their color. They cannot go onto the other colored squares. So this one stays on light and the other one stays on dark. Okay, light and dark, light, dark. Okay, now if you get a bishop the other side, do you win the game? No, you don't win the game. The only time you win the game is if you get a pawn to the other side, you win. Or if you're able to capture the king, you win. Okay, and also after each round, we'll count how many points you have. Okay, so now here we are, level 4. Let's talk about the best way of doing things. So now as we get more pieces, people become more confused. First of all, get these pawns up there. Okay, so for example, you may want to move this one up there. Why? Because now you can move this guy out. Okay, so that's one thing they might do. Another one, you may want to leave access, leave room right here. So this one can get out. All right, and so now these guys can go ahead and move out. They can get out of the way. Like so. See, now this one's right in front of the king. He's kind of protecting it. Now, I want to show you a special move that we can do in chess. It's kind of an advanced move, but it's kind of weird. And it's called castling. Castling. Castling is something that you can do if three things. One, you haven't moved your king yet. Or two, you haven't moved your rook yet, the castle. And three, the king won't get checked in the process. All right, let me explain how that works out. So I have not moved any of these yet. So what happens is, it's a special move. Let's say it's white's turn right now. They can go ahead and move. They move this 2 spaces. I know it's a special move. So just kind of bear with me. So watch this. Let's say I move it 1, 2, and this goes on the other side of it. That is called castling. You can do that. You can do that as long as 3 things. 3 things. They are, if you have not moved the king yet. Okay, I haven't. If you have not moved the rook yet. Okay, I haven't. And there's no way that someone could get the king in the process. So, for example, let's say that I have, let me think of an example here. Let's say that I have a pawn. Let's say that an enemy's pawn is right here. All right? It's right there. And I say, well, I'm going to castle. And so they do this. They go 1, 2, and they put this over. Okay, first of all, that would be dumb, because then this one would take it and win the game. But just bear with me for a moment. So what happened was, did you notice that this king put itself in danger? As it went across, it could have got killed, taken, captured. So you cannot do that if you are potentially can get captured. You can't do that. All right, so for example, maybe a better one would be if I had this bishop here. Do you see how this bishop is lined up here? I cannot move past it when castling. I can't do that. So as long as you haven't moved the king, as long as you have not moved the castle, and you're not will not get checked, is what they call that. When the possibility of your king getting captured or getting killed, that's called check. Okay? So under those circumstances, you can. Now you can go the other way too. If I haven't moved this, let's say I've already moved this one right here. So better yet, look, I can't go this way because of this. But I could go this way because I haven't moved this and I haven't moved this. So watch this. I will move this over 1, 2, and this goes on the other side. All right, so that's okay. I could do that. All right, now let's just say this wasn't here, and I want to go this direction. 1, 2, this goes on the other side. That's called castling. Why would we want to do castling? The reason why is because notice that if I'm here and I go over this way, 1, 2, and this on the other side, notice how he's now safe. He's behind these, and now I can get this guy, move him out. So it's very easy to do. This is called castling. And you can do this on this level. Level 4, you can start using castling. You don't have to do castling if you don't want to. But if you want to, you can. It's very powerful.